Morning time, sports? Evening? Okay. I want to be a sports broadcaster. It's a difficult field to break into as a woman because our roles are limited. Like, if you see someone analyzing, let's say, third quarter conversions, it's really not women that do it. One, I found because women, we can't play football. Well, I want to be a football analyst. So we can't play football. So we don't have that on-the-field reference. Like, I don't know how it feels to have a concussion. Well, I do, but I don't know how it feels to get hit by someone tackling me. Because if you tackle me, that's just not going to be good. Also, I found that I thought I needed a lot of education, but the basis of a sportscast education is usually a bachelor's degree. I was like, I'm going to be a PhD. When I was interviewing a couple people, I did a Skype with someone, and I did a email interview with someone. She was like, master's degree? Like, she's like, I just have a bachelor's. I was like, that's it? She's like, yeah. More so, you get more respect in this field from your experience, from being out on the field, interviewing your players, what type of rapport you have with players. And rapport you have with players is how you communicate with people. You have to be able to speak naturally. Can't be stiff. Like, no one wants a sports reporter that's like, the stat of the day is, you don't want that. You want someone who knows, you can tell if they have knowledge of the game. So that's why I've taken it upon myself. I'm taking a sports history class. I watch sports pretty much from 6 a.m. to about, I come here, then go home, and I usually don't go to sleep till about 2. My grandma thinks it's kind of crazy, but I feel also, just because I just want to get into football, that doesn't mean I can't be knowledgeable in other sports. You have to be able to speak to your coworkers as well, other sports analysts. You have to be able to know, like, basically who your audience is, because if I'm on the West Coast, I probably want to focus on West Coast teams as far as who I'm casting towards. I don't really want to talk about, like, the Giants, the Ravens. If you're on the West Coast, you want to talk about, the probably maybe like the Seahawks, the Raiders, stuff like that. You have to censor what you're talking about to that area. And lastly, I found it interesting that there aren't many, I guess we'll say, eccentric sports hosts. They're eccentric in their acts, but none of them look like me. So I was a little afraid at first because I really want to get into sportscasting, but I don't want to be judged based on, the way I look for tattoos and my crazy personality and all. But the person I interviewed told me as long as I have a good knowledge of the game, I can interview players well, coaches, staff, stuff like that, and I'm confident in myself and I carry myself well, I should go far. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be a sportscaster. So in about 5 years, I'll have a show.
All right.